Hey guys, how's it going? This is Carlos from Marple, and I'm really excited to show you a quick preview of our new automated reporter. So really quickly, once you produce some data, be that from an R&D project or a simulation, your data can get parsed into Marple, either a batch of a lot of tests that you already have saved in a folder, or using our SDK if you have, for example, a dyno running once a day or once an hour, you can also get passed automatically. What the reporter is going to do is it's going to pick up the folder where you're dropping the data, and it's going to run tests. And then you can visualize the test back into Marple with the visualizer or the analyzer, or you can ask for an email or a PDF report to be presented to you. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into it. So this is my Marple instance, my workspace. As you can see here, there's this new icon, the reporter. So let's go into it. And actually you will find that I have here already a folder made with races. These are a couple of examples that I've picked. So these are the ones I'm going to be playing with. So let's make a new template. A template is basically the skeleton with your boundaries and your maximums and your minimums that you want the report to show. Okay, so let's make a new one really quickly. Let's call this simple demo. And like we said, we're going to pick the folder. In this case, we said it was races. There we go. Now it says everything, those 6 files from races. Now we have to select the metrics. So let's start with something really, really simple. Let's do distance covered. In this case, just like in the data miner, if you guys remember, you can pick a minimum, an average, a count. In this case, I'm just going to pick a maximum because I want the highest value, right? And the signal, I can browse through here, but I can also just really quickly write distance. There we go. The units are going to be meters. And then let's do 0 for the minimum boundary, although we could leave it at 0 as we're just checking out the maximum, but let's do 0. And let's do 3,000 meters, all right? Now let's get a bit more complex with the metrics, right? Let's just do another one more. Let's do engine temperature average. And in this case, like I said, an average here, and let's look for temperature. There we go. The unit are going to be degrees, and then let's do for a minimum and a maximum boundary, let's do 30, and then an average maximum of completely random value of 63 that I have completely not planned before. Now, we've finished our skeleton. We've finished our template. We have the 6 results here. Let's just run them all. This will happen automatically if you upload new data. And as we can see, we have a 50% pass rate. We have here a report, the one race, which has passed everything, right? So the distance covered, perfect for the maximum bound, just a couple of meters under, and a couple of degrees under for the temperature. Great. Let's go to this one. This one failed, one item. The distance covered, again, is just shy of 3,000 meters. However, our engine temperature is actually above what we need it to be, just by a couple of degrees, by a couple of 0.3. There we go. So from here, like we said, we can jump into a data miner or a visualization session. This will make it a lot easier to understand the grand scope. So let's see that I want to compare to all the files, right? So if you realize here, the analyzer is the same logo. So I'm just going to press here. And what it's going to do is going to preload all the files that I had in my testing folder, along with the metric that failed. And I'm going to be able to see here, let me just order this from temperatures. So we see that a couple of tests would have failed here. From here, we can just play like we would with data miners. We can add filters, signals, and operators. We can add more metrics so that we can see table, and we have a bar chart here as well. And yeah, the data sets are already loaded. Let's go back to the reporter. By the way, just as a piece of information, this is your active Marple workspace. So everything that you do, everything that you play around with is going to be saved. So if I go from the analyzer to the reporter here, it's saved, no problem. You don't have to worry about jumping between things. Let's go back to this test. And actually now let's say that I don't want to focus on all of the tests. Let's just think that I want to go onto this run in particular and why it went over 63. So we have here this preview button. And here we have just a visualizer preview. We can see that actually just as the test starts, it starts just going plus minus 5 degrees over a boundary, right? So actually, I want to dig more into this, right? Perfect. Just as simple as expanding it, and it's going to open. Oh, this is a new session for me. I apologize. That was the very helpful tour that I recommend everyone takes. There we go. Great. So this is a visualization of what just the reporter had, right? So from here in the visualizer, we can save this as a new project. We can add comments for our team members to see. We can play with signals. Let's do that 63 that we were talking about for the max. Let's wait for it to load. And let's just upload it. And here we can see where the value starts going over the average. And yeah, really we can just add more values, and this can become a new project, something that we can investigate. That is it for the interactive visualization. Like we said, now you can also get it over email. If it goes, for example, over the boundary, you can get a trigger notification for that. And you can also download this as a PDF report. So as simple as just pressing here and it's going to open. And there we go. Obviously not a very complex test, but I hope that you guys will have more interesting details to look over. Well, that was a very quick preview. I hope that it was entertaining and informative, and I hope to see you in the next one.